إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده فصلوات الله وسلامه عليه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the classes that we missed. I think we've missed 3 Saturdays, but as you know, I was out of town because of my sick mom, and I'd like to use the opportunity to thank each one of you for the du'as and the best wishes and the phone calls and the texts and all of that. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it on your mizan al-hasanat. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure all of our sick loved ones and all sick Muslims and have mercy over the Muslims who passed away. So inshallah, we'll dwell back into our class, which is at Tajweed. And we're still in the chapter, as we mentioned in the previous classes, that we'll spend quite a lot of time on this chapter, which is Ahkamun Nun Sakinati wa Tanween. We're actually coming to an end, inshallah. As we'll see today, we'll be learning the 4th rule. So Ahkamun Nun Sakinati wa Tanween, just to recapitulate and remind one another. So it's about the rules of a nun that has a sukoon and tanween. As the Shaykh has been teaching us, in the Quran, if you see a nun that has a sukoon, or you see a tanween, and we know that a tanween is a nun that has a sukoon that you'll find in the last letter of nouns in Arabic. But you find it spoken, not written. That is the reason why a nun sakina and a tanween have the same rulings. So if you see a nun that has a sukoon in the Quran, or you see a tanween, you have to take a step back, because there are 4 different rules that you can apply. And which rule that you apply depends on the letter that follows the nun that has a sukoon or the tanween. So the 4 rules are al-ilhar, help me, al-idgham, al-iqlab, and al-ikhfa. So al-ilhar, we learned it. So al-ilhar is very easy. Al-ilhar is basically to pronounce the letter exactly the way it is without any ghunna, right? And we have 6 letters for al-ilhar. So the 6 letters are al-hamza, al-ha, al-ha, al-kha, al-ayn, al-ghayyin. So we learned that. So what it means is that if I have a nun that has a sukoon, or I have a tanween, and it's followed by one of the 6 letters, which is al-hamza, al-ha, al-ha, al-kha, al-ayn, al-ghayyin. So here we read it naturally, just like the Arab Surah. Sirata alladhina an'amta, an'amta, right? So we read it naturally. And if I have other letters, for instance, let's talk about the second rule, which is al-idgham, and then we can see how it can be different. So al-idgham is different from al-ilhar, because in al-idgham, as we learn, lughat al-idkhalu shay'in fi shay'. So you take something, you put it in something. And then istilahan, it's iltiqa'u harfin sakinin bi harfin mutaharrik bihaythu yasirani harfan wahidan mushaddada. So you have a harf that has a sukoon, and it meets a harf that does not have a sukoon, that has a vowel, and then they become one letter that has a shadda. And al-idgham has 6 letters, and the 6 letters are, what word reminds us of the 6 letters of al-idgham?
Yarmalun.
Yarmalun, beautiful. So al-ya, al-ra, al-mim, al-lam, al-waw, and al-nun. But then we learned that al-idgham has there are 2 kinds of al-idgham. The first one is al-idgham bi-ghunna, and then the second one is bi-ghayri ghunna. So we have idgham where we will take the nun or the tanween, the nun that is in the tanween, put it in the letter that follows, and then we have a ghunna. And al-idgham bi-ghunna, of the 6 letters of Yarmalun, has how many of the letters?
Yanmu, 4.
4, right? And the word that reminds us of it?
Yanmu.
Is yanmu, exactly. So al-ya, al-nun, al-mim, and al-waw. So if I have a nun that has a sukoon, or I have a tanween, and it's followed by a ya, فَمَن يَعْمَلْ or it's followed by a nun, min ni'ma. It's followed by a mim, habalun min masad, or wow, min wal. Right. So here, not only do I have the idgham, but I have the ghunna. I spend time. So I take part of the nun and I put it in the ya, but I don't say if I say I have the idgham, but what did I take out?
The ghunna.
The ghunna, excellent. So I spent time and then for the mim, habalun min masad min wal. So I spend time and that ghunna. On the other hand, al-idgham bi ghayri ghunna. Bi ghayri is in Arabic means without, right? So al-idgham bi ghayri ghunna. Here the noon goes completely inside the letter and it has two letters. And it's the two letters that are left when I take yanmu out of yarmalun. And the two letters are
Ra, lam.
al-lam wa ra. Excellent. So if I have a noon that has a sukun or a tanween and it's followed by a la or a lam or a ra, here the noon disappears completely. But it disappears completely without idgham, right? So I don't have idgham. Walam yakul, right? Walam yakul, right? So here you don't hear the noon, right? Mirrab. So the noon goes completely. That's the reason why another name for al-idgham bi ghayri ghunna is al-idgham an-naqis. And another name for al-idgham bi ghayri ghunna is al-idgham al-kamil, right? It's a complete idgham. Now, one thing to keep in mind about al-idgham bil ghunna is the idgham, if you have the nun that has a sukun and it's followed by the letter and they're in the same word, here we have exceptions, right? And those are 4 words in the Quran. And the 4 words are
Sinwan,
Qinwan,
Dunya,
Bunyan, and Bunyan. So here we don't say Sinwan, right? We don't say Qinwan. We don't say Bunyan. We don't say Dunya. We just say Sinwan, Qinwan, Dunya, and Bunyan. And then the third role that we learned was al-iqlab. Al-iqlab, it means basically to change something from its natural state. So you take something and you flip it upside down, right? You turn it into something else. So, and we learned that when we talk about al-iqlab in the context of at-tajweed, what does it mean? Qalbun nun is-sakinati aw at-tanween miman 'inda al-ba'i ma'a mura'ati al-ghunnati wal-ikhfa. So when you have a noon that has a sukun or a tanween and it's followed by a ba, here we change the noon into a
mim.
And when we change it into a mim, there are 2 things we keep in mind. One is al-ghunna, we have the ghunna, and the other one is al-ikhfa. We don't say the mim completely, but we leave a little bit of space between our lips, right? So for instance, give me an example of al-iqlab.
كلا لينبذن.
كلا لينبذن. Right? So كلا لينبذن. So we have a noon that has a sukun and it's followed by a ba. So here the noon we change into a mim, but I don't say layunbadhan. There are people who really like that. But the proper way is, so we bring the ghunna, but then we leave a little bit of space. Kalla layunbadhanna fil hutama. Right? So that is al-iqlab. Al-iqlab has 1 letter. So we have al-idhar with its 6 letters, al-idgham with its 6 letters, and al-iqlab with
1 letter.
1 letter. And today we'll do al-ikhfa, which is the last of the four rows. And as you notice, so we have 28 letters. So we gave al-idhar 6, and al-idgham 6, and al-iqlab
1.
1. So how many is that? 13. So we are left with
15.
15, and naturally the 15 letters that we are left with will be the letters of al-ikhfa. But what is al-ikhfa? So let's follow him. So he say al-ikhfa. Al-ikhfa lughatan as-sitru likulli shay. اصطلاحا هو النطق بالحرف بحالة وسط بين الإظهار والإدغام عار عن التشديد مع بقاء الغنة في الحرف. حروف الإخفاء 15 حرفا، وهي الصاد، الذال، الثاء، الكاف، الجيم، الشين، القاف، السين، الدال، الطاء، الزاي، الفاء، التاء، الضاد، الظاء، وهي مجموعة في أوائل كلمات هذا البيت. صف ذا ثنى كم جاد شخص قد سما دم طيبا زد في تقى ضع ظالما. Very easy. Sounds complicated, but it's very easy. So what is al-ikhfa? He says al-ikhfa lughatan. In the Arab language, when we say al-ikhfa, it means to hide something. So here we'll be hiding something. There is something that should, this is the complete opposite of
إظهار.
al-idhar, right? So al-idhar was al-bayan, right? So al-idhar, so al-hartul alama, right? It's very, very visible. So I made it visible. Now akhfaytul qalama, I hid it. So al-ikhfa is to hide something. And then what does it mean in at-tajweed? He says huwa nutq bil harf. It is to pronounce the letter bihalatin wasat, in a way that is middle between al-idhar and al-idgham. So I know what is al-idhar, right? And I know what is al-idgham. So he's saying that when I do al-ikhfa, I will pronounce the letter in between al-idhar and al-idgham. We'll see examples inshallah. But I'll do it arin an tashdid, without tashdid, without shadda. So I don't put shadda on it. So I pronounce it in a state that is in between al-idhar, the way I do al-idhar, and the way I do al-idgham. So I take the middle ground, but then without any shadda. But مع بقاء الغنة في الحرف. But here I will have غنة when I do exactly what he told me, which is to read it in a state that is between al-ikhfa, between al-idhar and al-idgham. We'll see examples. حروف الإخفاء. What are the letters of إخفاء? 15 حرفا. 15 letters. And these are the letters. صاد, ذال, ثاء, كاف, جيم, شين, قاف, سين, دال, طاء, زا, and fa, ta, ضاد, and ظا. And the way to remember it here, unfortunately we don't have one word to remember it, but this is part of what is called al-bayt. So it's part of poetry in Arabic, as you know. Sha'r, it's composed of buyut. So here, every word. So this is one word. This is one word. This is the first letter of every word that you see in this is how you remember the letters of al-ikhfa. So the word sif, what is the first letter?
صاد.
Swad, right? That, what is the first letter?
ذال.
That, right? Thana, what is the first letter?
ثاء.
Tha, right? Kam, what is the first letter?
كاف.
Kaf, right? Jada, what is the first letter?
جيم.
Jim, right? Shakhs, what is the first letter?
شين.
Shin. Qad, what is the first letter?
قاف.
Qaf. Sama, what is the first letter?
سين.
Sin. Dum, what is the first letter?
دال.
Dal. Tayyiba, what is the first letter?
طاء.
Ta. Zid, what is the first letter?
زاي.
Zai. Fi, what is the first letter?
فاء.
Fa. Tuqa, what is the first letter?
تاء.
Ta. And then Ba, what is the first letter?
ضاد.
Bod. And Zalima, what is the first letter?
ضاء.
Wa. So it's easy. So what I just need to do is over the next 5 days, inshallah, try to memorize this, and then I'll remember the 16 letters of, the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. And the other way is to do it by deduction, which is I know the letters of al-ilhad very well, right? And I know the letters of al-idgham very well. And I know the one letter of al-iqlab. So everything else is al-ikhfa, right? Right, Hussein? It's easy, right? Inshallah, may Allah make it easy. So let's go over it again. And then, as you can see, writing examples for 15 letters was going to be a little bit cumbersome. So we'll open the Mus'haf, inshallah, and we'll see examples together of al-ikhfa, okay? So al-ikhfa lughatan. So what does it mean in the Arabic language? It means to hide something, to cover something, right? So you cover something completely, right? And you will see it always in the Quran, right? Tukhfun, right? As Imam in Maghrib said, قُلْ إِن تُخْفُوا مَا فِي صُدُورِكُمْ أَوْ تُبْدُوهُ, right? If you hide what is in your chest, right? To hide, or you reveal it, يَعْلَمْهُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it. Right, Hussein? And then اصطلاحا هو النطق بالحرف. It is to pronounce the letter بحالة الوسط, in a state that is middle, in between al-ilhar, بين الإظهار والإدغام, between al-ilhar and al-idgham. عارٍ عن التشديد. So here we don't have, it's devoid of shadda. مع بقاء الغنة في الحرف, with the ghunna staying with the letter. So in al-ikhfa we'll see we'll have ghunna, right? So it's going to be like al-idgham bi ghunna, and it's going to be like al-iqlab in the sense that we'll have ghunna here. So what are the letters of al-ikhfa? It is 15 letters, and it is the 15 letters that are left when we take out the letters, the 6 letters of al-ilhar, and the 6 letters of al-idgham, and the 1 letter of al-iqlab. So the 6 letters are al-sad, al-dhal, al-tha, al-kaf, al-jim, al-shin, al-qaf, al-sin, al-dal, al-ta, al-zay, al-fa, al-ta, al-dad, al-dha. And the way to remember, وهي مجموعة, so it's all combined, في أوائل, in the first letters of this bayt. صف, صاد, ذا, ذال, ثنا, ثا, كم, كاف, جاد, جيم, شخص, شين, قد, قاف, سما, سين, دم, دال, طيبة, طا, زد, زاي, في, فا, تقى, تا, ضع, ضاد, ظالمة, الله. So now let's open the Mus'haf, inshallah, and we'll see examples together. Let's grab our Masahif, inshallah, and then we'll see. Are we there? Let's go to Surah An-Nas. Are we there? So we'll take volunteers. So in Surah An-Nas, who's Hussein? You'll be the first volunteer. So in Surah An-Nas, so what we'll do it in a systematic way. So we'll look for a noun that has a, now that we have all of the rules, right? So we'll look for a noun that has a sukoon or a tanween. And then we're looking for al-ikhfa. We'll come back to all of the other rules. We've done that. So now let's look at Surah An-Nas. Al-Hussein, you want to start Surah An-Nas? We spend time a little bit. We'll learn al-ghunna, but bi-rabbin nas.
إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس.
Anything there? We have, what do we have?
We have nus.
We have a nun sakin. We have a nun that has a sukun. It's followed by a
Sin.
shin. So shin is one of the letters of al-ikhfa. So what do you have? So how do you say it?
You gotta have the unna.
The one. Now here's an example. Now let's see what the definition means, right? I want you to do it in practice so that we can know. So what does it mean to say a letter in a state that is middle between al-ilhar and al-idgham? So here we have a nun, right, that has a sukun. And then we have a shin that follows it. Now let's say na, all of us. Na. What is the tip of our tongue when we say na? It's in the hard palate, right? We hit the hard palate, right? Na, right? Let's say na. Na. Now, the concept here is the following. The following is, we don't want to say the noon completely. What we need to do is the tip of our tongues, instead of taking it all the way up, we keep it in the middle. Right? We keep it in the middle with the unna. So I don't say min shari. If I say min shari, what did I do right?
Unna.
The unna. What did I do wrong?
إخفاء.
Al-ikhfa, right? Because my tip of my tongue went up. So it does not go up. So what do I do? You see, my tongue wants to go up to say the noon. But no noon, I need to hide you today. You have to be in between al-ilhar and al-idgham. So that's the concept. Right? Hussein is happy. Right? So that's the whole concept. So think about, and we'll learn makharijul huruf, where the huruf, all of them, how do you pronounce them right? But that's the whole idea. So the tip of the tongue wants to go all the way up to the hard palate, but I hide it. I tell. So if I do al-ikhfa, and I see that my tongue, I feel that my tongue is up, I'm doing it wrong, right? So min sharri, right? Right, Al-Hussein?
Yeah.
So that's what is meant, and we'll see examples, inshallah. So go ahead, complete the surah.
الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Beautiful, excellent. Let's do the following surah. Who wants to take Surah Al-Falaq? Sheikh?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق.
Do we have anything there?
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
من شر. You have a tanween.
We have a
nun sakina.
Nun sakina.
Which follow shim.
Beautiful.
Which is a letter of ikhfa.
Excellent. So you see how he pronounced it. He did not say min shari, right? He said min. So the tongue wants to go up. No, you stay in the middle, right, Hussein? Don't let it go up, okay? All right, good. So same example, beautiful.
You have the same example.
Excellent.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Beautiful, mashallah, barakallah fiqh. Who wants to take Surah Al-Masad on? My uncle?
قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Excellent. So here we have a nun that has a sukun. But is it a case of al-ikhfa? So we saw this. So this is a case of al-idgham bi ghayri al-ghunna, right? So we have a noon that has a sukun followed by a lam. That's why we say walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. So Surah Al-Masad. So anhu we learned, right? So anhu we have a nun that has a sukun. And let's go back to tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. So we'll review the other rules as well. So abi lahabin wa tab. So here we have a tanwin followed by a wow. So here's a case of
ضم بغنة.
الإدغام بالغنة, right? So تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب, right? أبي لهب وتب. And anhu we have a noon that has a sukun and it's followed by a ha. And ha is one of the letters of
الإظهار.
al-idhar. That's why we just say an, alright? MashaAllah. Continue, man. Jason, come sit here. Jason, please. So naran that lahab. So here we have a tanween, and it's followed by a dhal. So dhal is one of the letters of
الإخفاء.
al-ikhfa. So what do we say? What is the proper way of saying it? So now let me read it wrong, and you tell me what I did wrong. Sayasla naran that lahab. So my tongue was up, right? So I did not do al-ikhfa. I brought the one, right? Right, Nuruddin, you could hear me say nan. So you could hear the n sound, right? But my tongue went up and it was not supposed to. So the proper way of saying it is sayasla naran that lahab. Beautiful. So, في جيدها حبل من مسد. So, حبل, we have a tanween, and it's followed by a mim, and mim is one of the letters of al-idgham bi ghunna, right? So when we have mim that follows a tanween, what do we have?
ضم بغنة.
Al-idgham bi ghunna. So that's why I say habalun and then mim masad. So here in min we have a nun that has a sukun followed by a mim. So that's why I spend time when I say habalun mim masad. Who wants to take Surah Muhammad? You want to take Surah Al-Nasr? Surah Al-Nasr, Al-Nasr.
إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
So here, do we have a tanween or do we have a nun as-sakina?
We have tanween.
We have tanween where?
Afwaja.
But do we have any rule there? Did he do anything?
I mean, he didn't say it because he followed by fa, but he just stopped there.
Excellent. So he did the stop. And when we do al-mad, when we learn the concept, mad is going to be another big chapter that inshallah we'll learn. So we'll see that this kind of mad, when we stop on two fatha, this is what is called madul iwad. We'll learn it. But here, if you were to continue, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ. So that's what you would say. So here we would have a case of al-ikhfa. Beautiful, right? So we would have a tanween followed by a fa. And fa is here, right? Fa is here. So we say أَفْوَاجًا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. Do we have another noon that has sukun or a tanween? Tawaba, we have a tanween. So what would we have if you were to continue? What follows? What letter follows it?
Ba.
Ba. In where? In what word?
Bismillah.
Bismillah. And what is that?
Iqlab.
Al-Iqlab, right? Innahu kana tawwaban. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Right? So let's do Surah Al-Kafirun. Allah, you want to take Surah Al-Kafirun?
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. الإخفاء هنا أنتم نون ساكنة followed by تاء. تاء is one letter of حروف الإخفاء.
Excellent. So in the word antum, so here we have a noon that has a sukun. We have a noon sakina followed by a ta. Is ta one of the letters of al-ikhfa? We saw it, right? Ta, right? So I don't say wala antum. So that's no, right? And I don't say wala antum. That's a no, right? Because my tongue is all the way up hitting the hard palate. So I say wala antum abiduna ma a'budu. Continue please. Ala.
ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا
Do you have any case?
Yeah, we have the noon. We have the tanween followed by mim. عابدum ما. This is إدغام بغنة.
Excellent. إدغام بغنة. Beautiful. Continue please.
ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. The same thing. We have إخفاء أنتم.
Excellent. Beautiful.
لكم دينكم ولي دين.
MashaAllah. Beautiful. 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 Next is Suratul Kawthar. Who wants to take Suratul Kawthar on? He just volunteered you, Giran.
No, I said Bilal. No, I'm not saying me, I said Bilal.
Hussein is a chief. So in the word one harf, we have a noon that has a sukun and it's followed by a ha, and ha is one of the 6 letters of
الإظهار.
al-ilhar, right? That's why we just say one harf, right? Beautiful. So I'll do Suratul Ma'un inshallah, and then you'll tell me. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدْعُو الْيَتِيمَ وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ.
إدغام بغير غنة.
What do we have?
إدغام بغير غنة.
بغير غنة, right? So فَوَيْلٌ, right? So we have a lam that has a tanween and it's followed by a lam, right? So I don't say fawailun and I don't say fawailul, but I just say fawailul lil musallin alladhina hum an salatihim sahun.
عن صلاتهم.
What do we have here?
We have نون ساكنة followed by صاد.
Excellent. So we have a nun sakina followed by a swad. Is swad one of the letters of al-ikhfa?
الإخفاء, yes.
It is. So I don't say الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ. So now from now on, that's a no, right? And I don't say الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ, right? So that's a no, but عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. Any more? So let's take Surah Quraysh. Al-Hussein, So we'll learn when so some of the mistakes that we're making. I'm just letting go. When we learn the chapters, inshallah, all of this will be naturally corrected, inshallah. So now let's do two things, right? So any noon that has a sukun or a tanween? Minjo. So what do we have there, Al Hussein?
We have noon followed by ja.
By a jim. Excellent. So jim is one of the letters of
Ikhfa.
al-ikhfa. So how do we properly say it? Excellent. الذي أطعمهم من جوع. Now continue. Now read it again. Start from الذي أطعمهم من جوع and continue. Now what is wrong with that? So the ayin has a tanween and it's followed by
Wow.
wa, and wa is one of the letters of
إضغام بغنة.
al-idgham bi ghunna. So say it again. Now you want to say it again? So here, what is missing? Excellent, right? So he's doing the ghunna, but he's not doing the idgham, right? So الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Right? Okay. Excellent. Who wants to take Suratul Fil?
There is another noon ساكنة من خوف.
Min khawf. What do we have there?
We have tanween.
So min khawf. Min has a nun sakina, right? We saw it when we did al-ilhar. So that's a case of al-ilhar, right? So we have a min. You have a nun sakina followed by a kha. So kha is one of the letters of
الإظهار.
al-ilhar.
The first one.
Excellent. Al-ilhar.
Al-Idghar is the first lesson, right?
The first lesson. I love that. That's how we remember it. First lesson, second lesson. No, remember it by name. Al-ilhar. The first, yeah, that is true. The first, I love that. MashaAllah. Sheikh, you want to take Suratul Fil?
ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تدليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل طيرا إزهار
Excellent. What about if you were to continue, join the second and the third ayah?
في تدليل وأرسل عليهم.
Excellent. So what do we have there?
We have التنوين followed by واو.
So that's the case of Ali Dawamu. Beautiful. Excellent. Continue, please.
ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل. We have بحجارة. We have الإدغام بالغنة.
Excellent. So بحجارة. So you have a tanween followed by a meme, and meme is one of the four letters of al-idgham bi ghunna. So I don't say bihijaratin, but bihijaratin, and then
من سجيل. We have إخلاف.
We have al-ikhfa. So here we have a nun that has a sukun followed by a sin. So bihijaratin min sijil. So how about if you were to continue?
continue. I'm gonna say ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم
What do we have there?
We have no tanween.
Tanween followed by a fa. So and fa is one of the letters of al-ikhfa. Al-ikhfa, right? Excellent. So ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم. So بحجارة. So here we have al-idgham بغنة because we have a tanween حجارة followed by a mim. من سجيل we have al-ikhfa. We have a nun that has a sukun followed by a sin. من سجيل فجعلهم. So if I were to continue, we have a tanween followed by a fa. So here's another case of al-ikhfa as well. Excellent. فجعلهم.
فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Beautiful. So here we have a case of al-idgham bil-ghunna. فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. So you have a tanween followed by a mim, and mim is one of the four letters of al-idgham bil-ghunna. Let's take our last. Let's do two more surah, and then we'll call it a night, inshallah. Let's do Surah Al-Humaza and Surah Al-Asr to follow it. Who wants to take on Surah Al-Humaza? Amma, my uncle. Excellent. So the first ayah, what do we have? Mm-hmm.
And the second one,
Excellent. So we have cases of al-idgham bighayri ghunna. So wailul likulli humazatil lumaza. So we have tanween followed by lam. Beautiful. So
tanween followed by wow.
Wow. Excellent, beautiful. So we have الذي جمع مالا وعدده. So مالا وعدده. So here you have a tanween that's followed by a wow, and wow is one of the four letters of al-idgham bil-ghunna. So I say الذي جمع مالا وعدده. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have sukun,
Mm-hmm.
followed by ba.
Mm-hmm.
Iqlaq.
Excellent, beautiful, my uncle. So we have layun badan. So here we have a nun that has a sukun that is followed by a ba. So we know that ba is the only letter of al-iqlab, right? So kalla layun badan fil hutama. Excellent. Mm-hmm. 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 Amadim mumaddada. So we have a tanween followed by a mim. So here's a case of excellent, beautiful. Al-idgham bi ghunna. Now, if you were to join the last two ayats, what will we have? The last two ayah. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have tanween again?
Yeah.
You're gonna have tanween again.
Followed by a
fa.
and that is a case of al-ikhfa. Excellent, beautiful, mashallah. So now the homework for next week will be, let's do Surah Al-Asr, and then we'll say what the homework is. Who wants to take on Surah Al-Asr? Muhammad?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Mm-hmm.
والعصر
Excellent. Do we have anything there?
Yes. Yes. Noon, followed by a sin,
Excellent.
which is right of.
So we have, so the word insan, from now on, now we know, right? There are a lot of insan, right, in the Quran. Now we know how to properly read it. So we know that we have a nun that has a sukun, and it's followed by a sin. So this is a case of al-ikhfa. So from now on, no more innal insan, right, Hussein? We agree? Right, Sheikh? So innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. Innal insan. So whatever. Hal ata ala al-insan. So right? So here we have a nun that has a sukun followed by a sin. So that's one word that's guaranteed now, right? So insan, right?
You have to put your teeth together. Because for your tongue to be between.
No, you can say insan.
Yeah, see, but you get it like, how much they have to touch it a little bit.
MashaAllah. So innal insana lafi khusrin illa alladhina. So there, if I were to continue, what do we have? Al-Ibhar. Excellent. Excellent, mashallah. So now the homework will be, so we'll start from Surah Al-Takathur, right? Al-Hakum Al-Takathur, all the way to Surah Al-Duha. And then now we do all the 4 rules, right? Now we have, so this chapter, inshallah, will come to an end. Next week, inshallah, we'll start another chapter, inshallah. So now the homework is, we do from Surah Al-Takathur ila Surah Al-Duha, and then we bring out all of the rules. So cases of al-Ibhar, al-Idgham bi ghunna, and al-Idgham bi ghayri ghunna, al-Iqlab, and al-Ikhfa. Okay? Alright, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.